did a piece for The Spectator last week about the Palestine Solidarity Campaign, because there was that revelation that they applied for permission to march against Israel while the pogrom was ongoing. And I wrote this piece, and I just wrote this piece saying I can't believe it. I mean, I actually couldn't believe it, because they're scum. But I wrote this piece saying I can't believe this. And I've done a few media discussions on it, and I've found myself just saying to people, listen, you need to think about what this means. What this means is that there are leftists in London, and they tend to be kind of, well-to-do, middle-class leftists who hate Israel. That's the fashionable thing to do. And they saw this happening. They saw, because we all knew by that stage what was happening. We all knew that civilians were being killed. We all knew that men and women and children were being killed and kidnapped. We all saw it with our own eyes. They saw that happening, and they said to themselves, we need to march against Israel. I mean, this is, the depths of the moral depravity are incalculable. It's astonishing what happened. And it was like their first instinct when they saw the worst act of anti-Jewish violence since the Holocaust, their first instinct was to rub salt into those wounds and to say, well, I'm sorry that hundreds of women are being raped and murdered at the Nova Music Festival, but we're going to march against the country that you come from. We're going to march against your homeland. I mean, it's just, and it makes sense that they did that because they are bad people, but it's still shocking to have that information to hand, and I'm really happy that the Campaign Against Anti-Semitism made that freedom of information request and got this information from the Metropolitan Police. 12:50 p.m. they applied for the right to march against Israel while this was all ongoing. So this is what we're talking about when you say that this is a civilizational issue. That is really illustrative of just how civilizational this question has become. And I keep coming back to this question in my mind because it wasn't far from here. One of the things that really made me think I need to write a book about this at some point I was very shocked by 7th of October itself, of course, as we all were, but it was really the events of 8th of October and 9th of October that really shocked me. So there was a protest outside the Israeli embassy in London on the 9th of October, which was a celebration of the pogrom. They were dancing, they were playing pop music, they were letting off fireworks, they were celebrating the mass murder of Jews on the streets of the city in which I live.